Ah, ah, mm. Ah, hi Jordan. I'm good. Hey, hey, hi guys. Close, demon, close. Hi. Hi everyone. Big time. It's been a while, so I figured, why not show you guys a little bit of what I do. I am behind on Warudo stuff. And yeah. Two birds, one stone. I really like this picture. So that's a good background. I have to load up a couple projects. We're gonna get Asphodel done, and that picture is posted, by the way, if you guys like it. One lab, two pizza. Just how I like it. Ooh. You'll get to see some of the process I do for setting up an outfit for YouTubing. How's everyone doing? Big Monday stream. It's a big project, my main one, so it takes a little bit. Oh, wow. I could use more sleep, but hey, stuff has to get done. Doesn't get done with me sleeping. Here's the new outfit. Rise. I was using it on the on the after party. I guess. I still have texture work going into to it, so not really out yet. Let's see, Asphodel. Bam. This is the one that got requested the other day. Um, so we'll do this one. Export that outfit. Now it's a good idea if you're doing this. I know people do it for VR chat. They stack outfits and all kinds of toggles. It doesn't really work that way in Bardo. You sure can stack your heart's content. If you want to have a fuck ton of objects to toggle on and off. Because it doesn't really work the same in Wardo. The toggles are the meshes. Like here, this is all the meshes on what I'm wearing now. So if you had, 10 outfits, this list will be very, very long. And good luck finding everything you need. If there is a way to do toggles in Wardo, I don't know it. But another note on stacking outfits and all kinds of things on your model. It is a 3D program. You're running a 3D program on top of everything else you're doing. And whether or not it's displayed, that's still having all those meshes and stuff in the scene, even toggled off, is still a load to handle. It's okay, Jordan. Chatting isn't required. Here. Port. I just put it in downloads. So that's why I don't really stack outfits in VR chat. I know I can. But this way I can stay organized. These are all my outfits. I know what's what. I don't have to search through a prefab and try to find the outfit I want. If there's like 3 in each, like where the hell is my outfit, I won't remember. So okay, that is done. Also, here's the thumbnail for YouTube. I just threw it together. Bam. Oh my god, a 2-hour drive home. What the hell? Okay, so there goes my outfit. Now if you're doing like the regular Wardo process, you go right into Wardo. However, yeah. That doesn't really work for me. My process is a little different. I have an entire folder of my Wardo stuff. I want to make sure I don't have any asphodel shit. I don't think I ever did this outfit. Just want to be sure. I get rid of my old ones too, because I get better at this every time, and there's no reason for me to have the old ones. Oh, traffic, ew. Oh. Hi, Thea. You're cute. It should be off, but I don't know why it's still on. It was on for another stream, where things were getting crazy. Thank you, Fia. On that note, I will be looking, real soon I'll be looking for a YouTube mod and a Twitch mod. If any Supa or Megamotsu are interested. Ross, this is sewage.
Gross. This is the sewage.
Why can't I find slow mode? Where the fuck is it? Oh, wait. It's off? Oh, thanks, Lou. My mods are always faster than me. Okay. Right, so we got... This is basically a reference piece for Wardo for my process. You don't have to do it this way, you can do it Kana's way. She has a tutorial on YouTube. It's a little YouTube shout out to Kana Fuyuko. She has a lot of 3D knowledge, if you will. Join the club. The stream should be fine. If it gets fast, I'll let you know. Okay. I'll fix that, Kai. My Kai T guy informs me the redeem is wrong. But I'll do it later because if I try to fix it now, it'll break the sound one. And that'll take a whole fucking day for that to load. Kairos. But yeah, it looks like I don't have an Asphodel, previous Asphodel file here, so, which is surprising. I could have sworn I did it at some point. So I do have my custom base model already ready to go. What I do is I just duplicate that. Because I'm gonna make a new one with the outfit. Ow. Sewage works. Alright, I'll rename that. Underscore class for my process. Keep your naming straight. So for the original that you're gonna work on, I keep it with like underscores, and then for Sippy, okay. Kairos. That's my friend Kai. He's on the Twitch chat. Wait, where's Asphodel? There it is. Okay. So this I use. Kairos. This is my base model. I did custom work too. I took the human ears off, etc., etc. So we have that. We need the actual FBX from the outfit you have. It's just clicking on the mesh here should get you to your file here. We gotta open that up in your Explorer. There it is. And back to Blender. Drag it in. There it is. Lined up. You want to double check, make sure it doesn't have to be moved around or anything. If it's made for your model, it should go right to it. No trouble. So it looks like we don't have any clipping. So we're good. We could also get rid of the top. Let me get rid of the shorts. Does it have its own? Yes, it does. Okay. That's right, it has the underlayer. Okay. pretty much lined up. Now you're gonna see like your blend shapes for your feet. Leave it alone. It's fine. We'll do that later. Okay, demon. Oh my god, it's Kairos Clockwork. Yeah, I explained that. So that's because I'm using SE Live on OBS. It's a little harder on your system and your upload, but you can have 2 completely different canvases. You can have 5 different canvases for 5 different streaming websites. But it just adds to the load on your computer, so your computer and your upload speed have to be able to handle it. As far as multi-streaming goes. But that's an option. You can have your whole layout different on each platform if you wanted. But I don't. I like it similar. Yeah. That blend shape is wrong, but we're gonna just make sure it's at 0. If it's not, what do we got here? What's going on? Okay, it looks like they made presets of the sizes. I hate when they do that. I forgot all about that. So we'll get rid of that after this step. So basically it's there, bam, cool. Not done yet. You're gonna need a plugin. Oh, thank you. Oh my god, it's another Kairos. Thanks, Blade. Hi. You're gonna need a plugin called Cats. You'll have to make sure Cats matches the version of Blender you have. I'm using 4.3, I think. Yeah, 4.3. So you'll find a Cats version that matches that. It's an important error, it just won't work. It'll tell you too. Like, hey, it's not gonna work. You open up Cats, go to Custom Model Creation. You wanna merge all your bones. Uncheck, uncheck. Originally, I was instructed to remove 0 weight bones, but I found that was deleting bones that I needed. So I just leave it and clean up the bones myself later, in Unity. If you had to move your outfit around, up or down, left or right, to get it lined up, you'll have to apply transforms. This is all we're gonna have to do. It should be good. So you're gonna see Armature and Armature 01 here. That's these 2 that you have in your scene collection. That's fine, you just merge. Now it's all one armature. And that's what Wario needs. It can't do anything with you know, all this crap on the left here, which you can't really see because of chat, but basically what you do for the VR chat SDK, you just stack all your items on the left all together, line it up, and the VR chat SDK puts it together later. Not how every other 3D program works. So anyway, that's already done. We will save that, close it. It'll take a second for Unity to refresh. So yeah, most programs expect a whole armature, so if you can, you know, if you want, you can rig like all this crap. Now, again, this is outfit that's made for Lost Fuchsia on Lost Fuchsia. Now, if it's other stuff, you will have to do work to it. A lot of work, probably, like line up the armature, bones, weight paint, etc. This is all designed for Lost Fuchsia, so it's pretty quick and easy. The Blender thing is just an extra step I do. It makes sure everything is properly attached. I'm gonna do my own physics anyway, so yeah, and it won't have like a bunch of hidden VR chat scripts either this way, so a little different than Kanna's route. My friend who is a game dev helped me develop this he saw the other tutorial and he came up with this idea. So there were a couple times where I was doing the process, getting all the way into Warudo, and like stuff was broken, not working right. So this way it's got a higher chance of not being broken when you get to the finished project, usually. Let me see. Okay. Your whole thing, basically you'll have to make a blend file. I forgot to say that earlier. Of your you'll have to make a blend file. That's what all these are. Of your base model, basically. You can work on it like that, like I did. You're also going to need it on read write and legacy bun shape normals. All these will be, we just duplicated. So drag it in a scene. It's not quite scaled yet. 1.24 is my scale. That's roughly my real height. As far as VR chat's concerned, 178. I figured that out over a lot of testing. So you're gonna drag that in, you're gonna unpack it. We can hide. It looks like it's lined up on the right height. See that Z fighting? Probably seen that in games. That just means meshes are at the same exact coordinates and they're fighting to render. That's fine, we're lined up, that's what we want. You can hide the other one now. It's just there for reference on height, so I don't forget to scale it. So I would be very mad if I got all the way to Warudo and I didn't scale it. It's not super important in Warudo, your scaling, but I do use these same things for Beat Saber. So yes, a little important. It's also important in Warudo if you really care about that being accurate in using VR tracking in Warudo. Please stay. Next step, I'm going to do another step that's just for me, is the unlevel nail tool. I can't do that until I add a DRC descriptor. Here we go. That's on there. Unlevel nail tool is gonna basically plop the nails where they have to be. Bam. These are all the avatar creators. This tool supports Kino Valsyusha, set for each finger, point, Leo. Okay. Bam. This tool works. You shouldn't see anything here. And your nails will be on your fingers. This looks like I have the outfit nails to get rid of as well. Let's see. Right, but we also have other meshes to get rid of, like top. It's hard 175. Okay, there's the body, so you can get rid of those. That's better, I think. Okay, we're just using the base size. It's been a while since I made this outfit. Set this outfit up anyway. It's okay. No clipping. Should be fine. Totally. Yeah, we have to get rid of it. Not gonna use the earrings. I don't like jewelry. Sometimes like a choker or silver necklace is fine. I'm weird. There they are. Okay. Got rid of the old nails. Put mine on. Yeah, T-pose is the easiest way to work on a model. everything's out of the way. Let's see. Got our nails on. Now I'm just gonna rename this. Labs. Aspho. I'm gonna do VRM to designate. This is the one I first put into VRM. I'm gonna double check and make sure blend shapes are not. Your base model should be all zeroed out. This is really important. It's already done, but I'm just showing you. This all has to be zeroed out because it's going into VRM mode. And if it's not zeroed out, the VRM export will break them and they will not work again. Ever and ever. There's no fixing that. There's just redoing the whole process. Alright, it's ready. Drag it back down in here so we have like a prefab like before we exported it. It's fine as is. We can do the hair in the next section. Bardo SDK. So here, go to your VRM export. Okay, all you have to do is give it a name, version, and author. You don't have to put anything in there if you don't want to. This matters later if you're doing Beat Saber stuff, you'll see the name. So that's why I do it. I learned that the hard way. Yeah. Go right into downloads. And we have VRM. It'll do its thing. Alright, Jordan. Big hug. Stretch. Stretch. Oh, God. Hey, Nakasu. Ugh. Sheesh. Some, hot cocoa. Some hot cocoa. Big hug. Yeah, I'll go over it this time, and then if I have time for other outfits, I'll just run through them. That should be exported. We'll just double check. Yep, you'll see them right here. So you'll have your original and your VRM you made, and we need our Bardo SDK. We'll have a different project for that. Regardless of which process you choose, you'll need a different project with the SDK. I recommend that. Sure, you can pack everything in one project, but I have had my project break more than once, and it is not fun to rebuild it. So I recommend keeping your projects separate. Rosie, hi, happy birthday. How was your birthday? Yeah, I said, how was it? I can still say happy birthday. Good, good. Did Radish give you something? Bardo doesn't take as long because it's not as big and crazy. This one I recently set up for Beat Saber. I still have some work to do on it, which I could do right now because if I don't, I'll forget. So ignore this section if you're trying to follow along. I'm gonna fix this up real fast. There's just colliders and things I have to get rid of that. Open prefa. It's not gonna work. I'll have to do that on the main outfit because I got to this point and I had a really cool idea on this outfit. Like I'll add the mecha tail and the spine thing, but the spine thing needs to be rigged. I can't add the spine thing, but it looks really cool on this outfit. So I'm actually gonna do that to this outfit. This outfit's called Big Gao. Liet. Oh, billion. Now it's my favorite restaurant. Hell yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Now have another round of root beer. She doesn't need to. I was just curious. It seemed like she would. That's all. But yeah, I have to take that off. I also have to turn off the collision on the jacket. Because as Kai witnessed when he was helping me set up Beat Saber song requests, yeah, I don't need my hands to collide with Jacket Kun. What the hell? Yeah, why do I have all these? What the hell was I on? Wow, okay. Legs. What? What? Alright. Left. Lower arm. Lower arm. Middle. 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 Ring. Ring. Hi. Upper arm. Lighter jacket. Okay. That should be okay, I think. I think that's all I had to fix on this one. Apply. Save my project. See. Shapes. Okay. Alright. Export this VRM. Go to live to here. I have my own folder. I want to replace it, yes. It'll do its thing. I have a separate folder for Beat Saber stuff. You're so stuffed. Ugh. That's good. Glad you enjoyed yourself on your birthday. As everyone should. I bet. Eyelash stuck in my eye. Oh, you know what? I wanted to do a version out the jacket. Should I though? Should I? This doesn't have the spine. I'll have to do. I hate that I didn't do that shit. jacket version. Do I want a no jacket? Yeah, because the spine's not there, doesn't look right. So that's fine as is. Goodbye. All right, back to here's all the other prefabs I brought in. Once you're done with them, you can get rid of them. If you're like me and always update your outfits, you can do that. Which I should. Or you can keep them there to keep track of what you did if you have a lot of outfits. Anyway, we're gonna bring in to your main assets folder or whatever folder you designated for this. I'm gonna bring in the original from your VR chat. SDK. Zombie Girl. We will import. And now, with your own naming designation, we are going to create a folder. So labs, I always start with labs, so it ends up together with the L section. Del VRM. It's got its own folder. Now we're going to bring the VRM in. Because VRMs come with a chunk of folders, you're going to watch and see. And if you plop them in with everything else, you're gonna lose it. Hi, Amari. Get your Amarillion. Hi, Ty. I don't know why that message got stuck. Sorry. Okay, so here's what I do. I'll bring the new, the one I'm gonna work on. We'll get our original outfit. Asphodel. Surely it's in here. What the hell? Asphodel? Yoko? Okay, am I blind? Oh, it went into, yeah, that's the thing when you export, it's gonna keep the folder stuff, so it basically made the new folder that I made in my other project. So I have a separate folder for my assets now, for my outfits. Yeah, so there's the original, they're clipping again, cool. We're gonna unpack the original and hide it because we don't want to make changes to that. Okay. Thanks, Boom. Now, there's a couple things we're gonna have to do. First, if this is your first few times, I recommend just throwing the materials on, which is basically this. You'll grab, you'll go to body. I skipped a step, hold on. Okay, first thing. I promise. You're gonna go into prefab mode. Here. You're gonna collapse your armature for a sec. You wanna see all your renderers right there. I know it's hard to see with the chat in the way, but they're there. If you know Unity, you know what you're looking at. What we're gonna do is create empty. We're gonna call it outfit. Ooh, not Olaf. Outfit. And then we're gonna take anything that's related to the outfit and not the body itself. And we're gonna plop that into outfit. You're gonna see this thing called secondary now. That's part of a VRM. That's where all your physics are gonna live. Okay, that's done. Save. Now, we have all our outfit stuff, and when we're done with it, we can just collapse it. So it's out of the way. So first, get your materials from the body. So all you have to do is right-click materials, copy, go to the new body, paste. Materials house your textures, reflections, special effects, all kinds of shit. Basically a shader. Copy, go, paste into that one. This is very important. You pay attention to which you're doing, because it's very easy to get confused. For the sake of this stream, I usually don't do this right away, but for the sake of this stream, I'm gonna get the hair and the clips and the glasses onto the new build because let's drag it on. There you go. We're also gonna need, I also do this to shortcuts. I did a lot of face changes via blend shapes. I just grab one that's already done recently. So here. So we'll go into the prefab of that file. Hair, or the head. Grab the blend shapes copy. There. Paste. There. Now all the blend shapes are the same on the face, just the same face as the original. Already done all that work. You're gonna have to do it if it's your first time. You're gonna have to do all your blend shapes all over again, and make sure you have that saved here in this project. Okay, we grabbed the hair. Now you're probably wondering, why can you just drop the hair on this and not have to rig it in Blender? Because it's a one-point attachment. It's just attaching to the head. As outfits are attached to multiple bones, the arms, all the spine, hips, etc. That gets very complicated, so it's just easier to use Blender that way. Then the hair, you're gonna go in. Since we dragged it directly from the VR chat version, you're gonna have to go in, make sure there's nothing like this. Get rid of the script. Any scripts have to go. It will not export. I'll just tell you there's a script. Should not be physics. Here we have this. They built a separate thing, so we can just delete that whole thing and build them where we want. It's a good idea to check and see what bones they attached them to. Looks like they did all the parents here, most likely. So we know what to copy. All these are gonna need physics. We'll do that later. If it's your first go, I recommend just throwing the materials on, doing your physics, and testing. You save yourself a lot of trouble. Alright, Boom. Thanks for coming. Have a good Monday. Rest what's left of it. So yeah, I recommend just getting to testing as soon as possible. You're gonna need your physics, and you wanna make sure you don't have to do your physics. I'm sorry. Basically, we're at this point right now, as she is. You can go right into Warudo, try the export and check if it's actually working before you do all this. So it sucks to do all this and then you get to Wardo, you're all excited, and your face is not working. So the face tracking. So yeah, it's best to just test at this point. As long as you can see the face, you can test the face tracking. That's the biggest thing. I don't know what that is. Next, we're gonna need... Now, in theory, this all should work. So I'm gonna trust my process and just keep on moving. I'll grab all the renders. I have to copy. Seems I forgot the choker. But that is a 1-point attachment, so I got lucky. Same with the hat. You want to double check if you have an outfit mashup, as I call it, multiple outfit pieces. You want to make sure you rig that before you get to this point in Blender. If you're doing Kana's process, it's a little different. Paradise Killer. I don't know any of those. Stretched. Hi, ducks. Paradise Killer. Why kill Paradise? Let's see. We'll grab these materials. Copy. Color. Paste. Garter. Copy. Paste. Copy. Furnace. It's very, it's less tedious than my original process, but it's still tedious. Once I realize I can just copy this stack, it'll shorten the work a lot. Copy. Skirt. Copy. If the outfit is done right, no problems, this whole thing could take an hour. More if you run into problems. My friend who showed me this whole thing, he could do these in about 20 minutes. I can't do that. That's insane. When he first developed this like last fall, he could literally I could start stream and be like, oh shit, something's broken. And he would fix it in like 5 minutes. He'd be like, there you go, he'd send me the file, boom, done. Like, holy shit. And he would also like pump out outfits, like a whole outfit, and like that whole process I just did. And all this in like 20 minutes, which is really impressive. Okay, so we're gonna pop that on the neck. Get rid of that script. Move. Don't think we need that. Move. It shouldn't have anything else on it. It's very simple. Yeah, okay. That's just gonna go to the neck bone because it's a 1-point attachment. If you have any accessories, you don't have to rig them in Blender. Like the choker, the hat. There we go. I'm sure you notice she doesn't have ears or a tail. We will do that. Those are 1-point attachments. Yeah, you can throw them all together in Blender if you really wanted to. That's all done. Now, you can keep your, let's get rid of this stuff. That kind of stuff you're gonna have to do regardless of the process. You're gonna have to hunt down scripts. Get rid of them. Spardo only sees them as an error. Why the hell does it have? It's a hat. I know what these bones are. I don't recommend you just go deleting everything. As far as this is concerned, I'm just cleaning up the armature. I know what these do. Just make sure you know what you're doing when you do that. That one's already cleaned up. Else? Need that. Okay. You also get rid of a lot of these bones. We'll go through that in a minute. I know which ones are redundant because I've worked on my model a lot. So next up, you'll need ears and tail, and I usually steal that from another model. The tail anyway. The ears I have ready to go right here. I made a little prefab for myself. 1.24 apply. Prefab, unpack, plop that on your head. Now the ears is a bit of a fucky wucky. I should have had those on the blender thing process, that side of the process, long time ago, but for whatever reason we just didn't, and now we're here, so I just threw them on after. The tail is a different tail than my base model has, so that's why I have to do it separate. I could rig that in Blender again, but honestly I should, but yeah, I'm this far into my workflow, so tail. Who has a tail? Who has a tail that I did recently? We'll just do this. We'll use this very old one that I use usually. Yeah. What the hell? Okay. Unpack. Make sure it's lined up. Hide it. Let's see. Grab your tail renderer. Rodon. This is if you have a tail, of course. Grab your tail armature. Hips. Okay, this needs to have these hips here. See how it's telling you there's scripts somewhere? You cannot do that. Oh, I need to find a scripty. Okay. Okay. That means this one too, right? These two, these VRC Fizzbone scripts gotta go. They just will not work. Okay, let's try to save it again. There we go. Bam. Alright, rid of that. The one we borrowed. Just looking pretty good. I still have to do physics, but I want to clean up the armature a little bit. I'm going to prefab one more time. Bring our tail up to our body. Save. while we're in here, we're gonna get rid of this shit. I know for sure are useless. Just way to check is to try to move it. Okay. Those are old ones that are intended for my base model's other outfits that she comes with. So redundant. Her original hair armature can go. Original ear things go. Which should be good. Since it's a hat, I will do this. Just move it around a little. Yeah. Okay. Cute. I think I did. I hope I did. Oh, I didn't. It's using it, and I don't have that material. Oh, fuck, I should have done that before. I didn't swap that. Okay, I have to do that here then. That's something I did in my other project. Let's see. What's he doing? Like this kimono stuff, does it have to be her? It's ribbons, I want it to be. Oops. No, no. Okay. Shoestring root. Shoestring root. And I have no idea what okay, that's where I'm gonna have to put the physics. String. Okay, ooh, God. Ooh. Guess that one has to go. Okay, let's remember that. That's all cleaned up, so we should be good. Okay. All right. How we do the physics? So we don't really. We can always bring the original back in, so I'm just gonna get that out of this scene. Don't need that open. What's this thing? Oh, that's our outfit stuff. So now it's out of the way. Makes it easier. All right. So we'll go. I go head to toe. So go ears. Need a spring bone. So spring bone. Let's see, ears, hair, booba. Tail. I do all the things that are part of her body, and then I'll do outfit stuff. So I do the body in caps, and then in lowercase I do, I don't think the sleeves have physics. Also, that has to go. I got rid of this a long time ago. That's better. Okay. I thought that looked a little off. Yeah, you just, I don't know. I'm not really sensitive to body parts, I guess, so it doesn't really bother me. like I explained yesterday. Now I'll do outfit parts. I think all we have in this outfit is the skirt and the laces on the boots. So I'll just type skirt and sometimes sleeves, but not this one, I think. Say laces. Okay. These are set. We just gotta get the bones. Look at the bones. So I lock this so this window doesn't go away. Grab, control click. Get Shroot bones. We'll go hair. Find our hair bones. Now we're gonna try all these first before we do anything. We might have to dip into some of the children, as they're called, in the armature. Let's see. But we'll try that. We'll see how the hair moves. We'll try that. Grab the booba. You know you want to. Put the bones there. Grab the butt. There they go. I do got butt jiggle. Wow. So cool. I just don't have mine, you know, made of a deflated balloon like a lot of 3D models. So they jiggle more realistically. Zero bones. I go for realism on the physics part. It's just me. So let's see, we have all these skirt. That should work. We'll find out when we do the test. Skirt. Laces. We just had those. They are down here. Literally any gotcha or any female 3D model nowadays. They take these physics and they just slide them all the way to the right. So they go like this. Not something I like to do. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, like some clothing, it's like, yeah, that's not gonna jiggle. But it's whatever. It's their model, not mine. Okay, we got the physics in there. I haven't adjusted any. I have a rough idea of what they'll be like, so I go 0.7. The drag force should be fine. The hair, we'll try. I haven't worked with this hair in Springbone physics yet. Gravity, will give it 0.1 just to see. I actually made a fucky wucky. It's not bad, it's just I have to do some things. Apply this. So here, so here's what I like to do. I started doing more recently. I go hair, hair, pop, and come on, go, come on. Put that there, hair, bottom. So that's because you want hair that's like bangs and like little what do they call them? Flyaways, things like that. You want them to behave differently than hair that's really big and going down, like the big hair behind me. These going in front of me, they get different physics scripts because you want these to be kind of soft and wavy, and you want these to stay, you know, kind of down and not like move with your head like it's on a hinge. See how they rest? Now if I applied these physics to my bangs would go like into my face. So that's the reason we're doing separate. So, and if I did this, notice how my back hair is orienting downwards instead of just flinging out. So little bit different physics is pretty important if you give a shit about any of that, which, you know, I know a lot of people don't care, but I do. So we're gonna have to actually do that. We'll just start over. Why is that like that? Let's see. Hair, bottom, top. Okay. So we have to go back to the hair. It's been a while since I've done this, you can tell. We'll grab the back and the side. That should be all the lower stuff. You can double check. Okay. Let's see. What are these? Those. You can always do this to check and make sure. Just, you know, Control C when you're done. It's 2. Yep. 2. They're usually done in pairs if you see an L and an R. There. Okay. So I just made sure, grab back and all the side ones. Put that on bottom. So we can go 0.2.
Burning.
Sippy!
Hot cocoa is cool now. Alright, have fun. Okay. I'll be here. At the bottom done, did a little more gravity. I'm not really sure. You're never gonna be sure how things are gonna behave. Every outfit's gonna be different. Every hairstyle is gonna be different. Because that depends on how they weight painted their stuff. These are our bangs. Hair top. We don't really want too much gravity on those. Because like I just said. So we'll go 0.7 just to see. It's a good starting point. 0.8. You can adjust if you care about realism, like Booba, depending on the outfit. You know, like a bodysuit, like a really tight thing, you know, like your boob's not gonna move a lot. This is nothing new, Meta. I'm just doing my process for Wardo. Just getting this set up for streaming. This one's just a cute outfit, and Thea had it, so I wanted it. So got the bones for everything, I think. Okay, bones are assigned. We will do our overrides. That's a prefab thing I've been doing. You'll click on the main route, go to overrides. That's kind of like saving to that specific file, not your project. Control S to save your project. Thanks, Amari. Alright, now, for all this physics, you need colliders, and I've already built them. If it's your first time, you will have to do them yourself if you want your physics to collide with things, or your hair, for instance, will go right through your body, or your head, or whatever. So I have colliders ready to go. Turn this on so we can see them. Let's see, we're gonna have to scale these down, because, yeah. I recently scaled my model, so this is an issue. Let's see. I'm gonna have to save this prefab when I'm done. So what we'll do is, these are all your colliders here. Big list here. Let's see here. So I think around the hips it's gonna get a little things are gonna be not lined up. Let's see. Hip. Yeah, the hips are a little high. I'm gonna see if I can just scale this. Get away with it. It's not gonna be. Let's try 9, 3. Using the fingertips. I made fingertip colliders. I also noticed I didn't do my nails. Okay, let me do that real quick before I forget. I already have material for that, so just throw them on. Actually, no. I'll do this. No. Where's my original? We'll do is we'll get the original, copy, because it's a 2-layer material. I totally forgot. We'll just do this. So there's the animation one, and then there's the actual cool stuff. Here, materials, paste. There we go. Got my nails back. All right. Back to colliders, getting this lined up. We'll try 9, 2. That might work. No, it's not gonna work. Let's try 9.5. Or 9.5. Nine five might work. B. It's not gonna be helpful. Let's see. Let's get oriented here. Normally I can just drag these right onto my model, but I have to do this. Save myself some work down the line. Okay. I think that'll work. Let me get this. This way. Looks pretty close to being right. Have the chest there, hips there. Let's see, we have the leg and oh yeah, that's real close. Okay. All right, I think that's a good spot. I'm gonna actually apply that so I don't have to do that ever again. Okay, then we unpack it. Ugh. Why, Hushy? Why? How are you? Please don't. This should be close. Close enough. I can always do micro adjustments if I have to. Hi. Finals. Oh, that's fair. Please proceed. We have the finals breakdown room over there, please. Alright, so now I have to get these colliders onto my model. Here we go. Oh, right, I had necklace physics and poop. Yep, I sure did forget. Alright, let's do this. Necklace. Scrooge. Yeah. Just leave it as is. One thing we could do real quick though is and just hit radius. That. Leave the hair. The laces, yeah, they're gonna be too big. 1, 2, 5. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. That should be fine. And they did the physics for the laces and the zipper. Nuts. Skirt has to be probably thicker, yeah. Thick. Thick. Want those colliders a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, they're not as cool and feature-rich as VR chat colliders, but they make do. We're not fine. Okay, so now I just grabbed the colliders that I made already. We have L goes onto the designated spot. R. That one. Okay. And okay, it's fine. Don't care. Let's see. Need neck. Neck collider. Index. I even have finger colliders. You don't have to get that specific, but that's what I do. Lapse that just to save my space. Upper arm. Upper arm. I'm gonna change this music. Let's. shoulder L. Yeah, collapse that, save your space. Easier to work on this if you collapse some things as you go. Arm, upper arm, shoulder, chest, bones, spine, foot, L. I have foot colliders for like Beat Saber and stuff. You don't need to do those for VTubing. Jumping around, kicking and stuff, you know, you kick your tail or whatever you have. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, not okay. Hips. You can get rid of that pack there. Right, apply, serve. See if we have to do any micro adjustments. They're pretty close to where they need to be. So we'll have to see. Let's see, glider for my shoulder, glider for no, upper arm, lower arm. See. I'm gonna grab them and move the arm, all arm related colliders up just a smidge. Yeah, the whole thing's moving. So just a small bit. Okay. All right, White. Good night. That's how White dances. Basically, me too. Got that Commander Shepard going. It's a good fallback. Nothing wrong with it. Have a good sleep, White. Thanks for coming. See you tomorrow. Okay, I guess we'll have to assign gliders and test it out. Malabras, how do we assign colliders? I'm glad you asked. First things first, we're gonna make sure our prefab is saved. Okay. All right. We go to secondary. lock that. Over on the left, the top here, you'll type COL if you named your colliders Col, like I did, or Collider. All your colliders and only your colliders will come up. So what do we want? Interacting with our ears, for example. I like to touch my ears. I can actually play with my ears. So we'll go with hand, index, little, middle, ring finger, etc. thumb. That's all that really has to interact with them. Drag all of those into the collider section on your physics script. Done. Hair top. Let's think what the hair top will interact with. Probably the hands as well, because I'll play with my hair. Actually, I can move my hair and stuff. The head. Let's see. Lower arm, maybe? Neck, definitely. Should be okay with that. I think. We'll find out. Our bottom. Need all those, plus Das Booba, Chesto. It's pretty long, so probably hip. Spine, definitely. Upper arm, lower arm. Everything but your legs, pretty much. Hair bottom. Bam. What's the booba gonna interact with? Naturally, your arms, upper arm. Lower arm. Don't have to do butt collision. I'm not touching my butt. Tail. I do everything and then I get rid of the fingers. Your hand collider is going to be enough. Basically, you don't want your tail going through your body if you have a tail. Should be good. Your skirt will be upper leg. Slightly. I don't think the hip is gonna fit. Some skirts, we'll try the hip, but I think it's gonna push. Let's just leave it without the hip. Sometimes you're gonna have to make a separate collider for the skirt or the outfit piece, whatever. We'll just do that for the skirt. Laces. Do feet. Bam. Necklace will be Justin Booba. Okay. Sometimes I have had to make lighters for like necklaces and stuff too. Okay. Collision set up. Override your prefab again. Save. Off. Ready for testing. We can test in Unity. It's going to be pretty close to the same. The ultimate test would be in Word, of course, but Unity shows us that we at least have the right bones. You can tell the laces are way too stiff, not even moving. Skirt could be more flowy. See if I can increase the size in the skirt as well. I'll check the rest. I'm gonna do these adjustments before I forget. So you can start at the feet or at the head. Just work your way through the through the whole thing. We'll cut it down in half. Add some flowiness, which is drag force. That's not even the right item. But we can still do that. 5, 5. That, and then the skirt. Turn this back on. Let's try that. A little bit more collision. Wait. Skirt. We'll try 0.5 for drag. 0.5 for drag force. Makes it more flowy, I think. No, it's all pre-made assets. I bought the model off a booth. I bought all the outfits off a booth. I credit what I can in on my pages, but there's just so many. If you're interested, I will just tell you who's is what's for what outfit or whatever. Making it from nothing is incredibly hard and time consuming. And if I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm not gonna spend years on learning how to do from scratch. Hell no. Oh, thanks, Eddie. You have to watch too. Who tells you that? I've seen a lot of people claim to make their model, and I'm like, bro, I've seen that on a website for sale. So, watch who tells you they made their model. Okay, we got a lot of clipping there. It's no good. We might have to make a separate skirt collider, like I said. It's fine though. But there's a ton of 3D models you can just buy and work on yourself. I've done a lot of work to it. I dip into Blender for stuff. Yeah, a lot of people do, and I did as well. I started with a Vroid. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much. I started with a Vroid, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna dip into Blender, do it myself now, and I too realized how much work it is. I was kind of happy with sculpting and stuff, and then I realized all the other stuff I had to do. The nice thing about Vroid is all that stuff is done for you. You're just adjusting sliders. But doing your own model is incredibly difficult and time consuming. And if someone has, actually done it, congrats to them, because it's like a 2-person job minimum to make a model. Because you not only have to sculpt the mesh itself, you have to build the armature, you have to weight paint the armature to the body, you have to add all your blend shapes, or whatever. Then you have to come up with textures and all kinds of mapping for shadows and shit like that. The materials side, that's usually the other person that does that, typically. I like Vroid too. I started with a Vroid because I didn't want to spend money on a model if I didn't like VTubing, and I do. Yeah, these shoes are really cute. Look at these shoes. I love these boots. They're really nice too. Yeah, and like making the bumpiness, the normal maps and stuff, you would have to do that all yourself. Lots of people try it and just decide to not do it, like me. That's how I decided I would do this route, because I wanna stream, I don't want to do 3D modeling with all my free time. So yeah, I can just use pre-made assets and You have to make sure when you use them, that you're okay to stream with them. Like, for example, if it's from Booth, where I get mine, they're like Japanese made stuff. Sure, don't do that too much. You have to make sure you have permission to do those things, stream with them, etc. Sometimes they're just like, yo, as long as you credit me, it's cool. Some are just, no, you can't stream with that. So you have to check. Where you run into a situation, where you get in trouble. If you do end up being bigger, they want to sue you. So. I just realized it did work in the God damn it. I didn't want to do that. I just did all that in the simulation app. I have to do it again. There's also Gumroad, Etsy. You can get models. Vroid's good. You can actually do a lot with a Vroid. If you want, I can show you guys how to make your Vroid look even better. I could walk in these. I don't know about you. I would love to have those. Okay, let's see. What was I doing? Testing, right. But yeah, I recommend if you plan on streaming or doing other things with your model, it's probably best to, use your time on those things instead of, like, my friend Perry has been doing from Blender, from the ground up. She just took a very base model. Just the mesh, no hair, nothing, and just the bones. And she went from there. So all that is like VR body tracking. As long as you have the armature, VR chat will identify those pieces of the armature. So like the bones and stuff. I can use Blender as an example if you guys want to see.
I should probably like my eyes burning.
What VR chat is actually tracking, I will show you. So let's do this. Go here, bones, and we will turn these off. This is what VR chat sees when it is tracking. If you don't have these bones, there's no full body tracking. That's what it's seeing. So there's no checkbox for just so everyone has like a full understanding. There's no like checkbox that just enables full body. It has to have a complete armature. This is all the bones built into my model, by the way. Imagine making every one of these. This is for hair, outfits, etc. And then you would have to weight paint it to the meshes. So, yes. If I really wanted to get weird and crazy about it, I could have toe tracking. You see all the toe bones right there. Finger tracking, as you see, all built in. It's just built in. I didn't have to do any of that. So yeah, I would say 90% of the stuff on Booth is ready for full body. You can also get like face tracking add-ons and stuff if you're using like ARKit or VR face tracking. So now your question about heels and stuff, it doesn't really matter. VR chat sees your feet flat no matter what, because we don't have trackers that'll track the ankle, the top of your foot, all your toes. You don't have all that, unless you do. Congratulations then. I I don't have that. Most people don't, they just have a foot tracker. So what you do to get around that is you need an offset. You can offset it in the armature in Unity before you export. Or you can use something called OVR Advanced Settings. And when you switch to an outfit with heels, you just move your model up a little bit. So you're on top of the floor and not in the floor. That's what I do. Because I have so many varying shoe heights that it would just get insane to have so many different pre-made shoe height things. So I have one offset. So if you look, my feet are actually here, right here. And if I make them go flat, I am off the ground, as you can see. That's the heel offset that I use. It works for at least half the heels out there that's made. So I'm pretty good with that. And then I can use OVR to, micro adjust myself off the floor. So that's how I get around the heel thing. I hope that answered your question, because I did go a little off, just so everyone had an idea of what I was talking about. Like understanding what VR chat sees and what's actually happening. Hi, Edge. Yeah, it's been a minute. How have you been? How much for commission? What? I don't do commissions? Are you asking like how much they cost? I will happily help you with your VR chat stuff if you have it already. But I don't create this stuff out of nothing. I'll help you assemble it, set it up and everything. Just checking physics, make sure things collide. I might have to adjust the hair collider. Oh yeah, definitely. The gravity, I need a little more gravity. Definitely more in the back. Probably. Maybe just a little bit more. Yeah. What's actually happening is in Blender or whatever program they use, they're making a blend shape, and a blend shape is just a series of events that's captured into a slider. So like all the sliders you use in like Vroid, for example, or I'll show you like these are all blend shapes here. I have my foot in heel mode. I can just move my feet up. So that blend shape actually moves the mesh and the armature all at once. Some of them don't move the armature, so they're kind of, in a way, fake, but it gets the mesh out of the way. You also have all these blend shapes to actually shrink the mesh down to nothing to avoid clipping, which is super handy. So like say we had clipping on the elbow, for example. We can go to our elbow. We can just shrink that. You see there, you can barely see it, but you can shrink it down. I'll just say like 50, just to be safe. Say like you wanted to shrink the shoulder. See, gross looking, but that's what happens in games when they switch like skins and you don't want it to clip. They have a blend shape. You just eliminate the clipping. These are very much game models. You can actually use these in games. Again, you'll have to check permissions, but some of them do allow you to use them for your game that you make. So some of them, they just want credit. Some don't care. So let's say 50 there and there. Should eliminate that. As you see, I did that here to avoid some leg clipping with these stockings. I didn't go too much on the knees. The knees are really bad spots for clipping on stockings, but didn't go too much on the needs because it's kind of visible back here, so that's like a touch and go kind of thing. I have actually fixed commissions people had done for the VR chat model, so I'm happy to help. I'm just not someone who does commissions because, again, I have very little free time. I do my stream, go to work, come home, sleep, wake up, do my stream, go to work. Like, that's my routine on my work days. So I really have, and like all this, I'm falling behind on. So that's why I'm doing that today. Just because I don't have the time. So I definitely don't have time for commissions. I would love to, because I would love to show off, you know, my quality of work, and people's models would be done and they could enjoy their model. Which is why I helped the one guy. You shouldn't get into VR chat after paying for someone to help you and look at it and be like, ugh. So I like people to enjoy their models. That was my reason for helping him. Whoever did the commission made a mess of it. I don't know who it was, but it was not a quality I would pay money for. I'll say that. As for from scratch commissions or from a base model commissions, you know, like for your own use, just do your homework, be super careful. And they are also expensive. Commissions are expensive. They're from the hundreds to the thousands. So just remember that too. Which is why I went with a pre-built. Has all the things a commission has, just already done. And I paid $45. So, and then it's like $5 to $20 per outfit. Instead of me going to my commission artist and being like, hey, can I have this outfit? This is what I want. And they're like, yep, that'll be $250. I could use some money on hardware for like VR. My ultimate goal of having a home motion capture setup, buying a piano next year, things I want to do. I feel like I don't need to spend that on a model. To make sure these are, let's see here. Where's my colliders at? Here we go. I need to take a look at the collision for the hair. So we're getting some insane clipping. Let's see. So yeah, it depends how you value it, I guess. If it's super important that you have a model no one else has, then that I understand. You can modify these models to look how you want. And they still have all the functions, you know, emotes, poses, facial expressions, whatever you wanted. You can change all that. I've done that myself too. Let me see here. Bottom. Let's see. Let's see how that works. The bigger collider. Yeah, let's see how that works. Myself. Now, yeah, you do have to do some work either way, but I'm just explaining why I didn't. No hate to artists and people who have commissions done. Just to be clear. Just explaining my reasoning. Okay, now we're getting floating. Oh. Let's tone that down a little bit. Bottom. it is a lot of work, and people do deserve to get paid for it. But I don't think it's thousands of dollars of work. I will disagree with that. 500, probably. It's hard to believe because these pre-mades come with a lot of shit and they're like $50. Like, you can research commissions, which I have, and see what they're giving you, what they'll put into the model, hi onion, and compare it to these. And a lot of these you can actually try a demo in VR chat of, like my model, Lasucia, and see the features that are there, if you like how they look, how they move, gear tracking, etc. How you doing, onion? Just gonna have to, probably gonna have to fuck with this hair a lot, because I've never used this hair before. Let's see. Doing something. Yeah, me too. Do. Sure. Yes. Down. Just a little bit. I blow up, who knows? That's how I feel. Yeah. I don't want people to think I'm like against that stuff. Just saying some of it's gotten out of hand. There's these people that make these outfits, and pre-made models are much less, like a lot less. So that's all. I'm gonna have to move. Back is fine. Lighting well, it's the front. I move back a little bit. Maybe I move the colliders back a little bit. Perhaps. That could work, yeah. Just I do want to say, I do want to show you guys one thing though. See if I can find it here to show you an example. Let's see if I can find it real fast. This has a good picture, I think. This is just a few examples. There we go. Just a few quick examples of, let's see, how different. This is my base model. Example of how different you can make her look. That's one look. Still my base model. Same exact base model. If you really want to get crazy, you can go into Blender and even change more. This is done with all built-in stuff. So you can get a lot of different looks. That's just a handful. There's people on Twitter that post their versions of it. And there's just, if you go on like VR chat posts on Twitter, like people get insane. with the customization. Like, they don't even look like the base model anymore. They put so much work into it. But it's a small niche of people that go that far. Like, my look I have is a combination of eye shape, a little bit of the cheeks, and the mouth shape is different. And then all the expressions I did in VR chat, I customized those as well. It's the urge or the desire to have that uniqueness. I think that pushes people to, like myself, to go this far. It's the ultimate character creator. So if you like doing that in games, this is the full thing. This is a game model. This is all the tools. You look at like a texture, you're looking at the face, like there's all this stuff here. This is all inside that face. So you have like the glitter I have on my face, the material cap, which is like, is it skin? Is it shiny? Whatever. Actual reflections, backlighting. The backlighting is, oh my god, stop. You see like the light that's passing on the edge here? That's backlight. So you can adjust how that appears on your model. I did that myself. There's Booty. That's backlight. So as you see, that's the light source. So backlight kind of shows, you know, there's a light source there. It kind of glows past it a little bit. I won't. I don't. It's okay. Back to this. On top of all that, you have emissions. Is it glowing? Is it emitting light? Normal map, how bumpy it is. Rim shade, is it like kind of shaded around the edges? You want it to have a darker feel to it than the actual shadow script. I go for more of an anime look. So I have these very defined shadows, as you can see. That's shading I did myself as well. It doesn't come like that. It comes with a much softer, very hard to see shadow. You have a bunch of layers to the texture you can do, like how I did my eye animation. These glasses are in the way. There we go. Like the eye animation of my one eye. You can see the glitter now on my makeup and on my tattoos. It's on my lipstick as well. The beauty mark is mine. The makeup, the marks, everything, that's all my handwork. So yeah, you can get pretty crazy. Like the tattoos on the body, that's me. Has little stars in it. That's actual glitter, like it twinkles. Silly little details, but I like to do them. Like, you don't get to see my nails too often, but there's my nail design. Yeah, it's me. Oh. I could show them here too, but I would have to zoom in really far. But yeah, you can get pretty crazy with these. Like this detail, this game level stuff, and the outfit was like $12. And it's like, look at the stitching and the lighting. $12. You can see the material on the stocking. So yeah, just an example of like the customization you can do, and it doesn't cost a whole lot. Especially if I don't feel like small VTubers like myself need to have a giant expensive commission. Like maybe if I'm big, making a lot of money, yeah, sure, I'll commission my own model. But Yeah, it's very good quality, and these are generally like 2 or more people that put these models and like look at that. That put these models together, the outfits together. You have the person who does all the 3D side stuff like Blender and shit, and then you have the person who does the texture work. They draw the textures or the bump map there, the normal map. That's the bumpiness right there. You can see all the stitching. Yeah. One point we called it bump mapping, but it's just normal maps. Yeah. So if you're wondering what makes it bumpy, the actual mesh is not bumpy. They didn't do that in Blender. The bumpiness is this texture. So you'll have to make these too if you decide to make them from scratch. That's all the bumpiness, the normal map. Yeah, a fuck ton of work goes into these. I have like my hair clip here. I have it like a cycling light. There's little tiny stars you can't even see on the hair clip. Ugh. God, I hit the wrong button. I'll do this. I'll just pull the hair clip out here so you ooh, God. So you guys can see it. There. I put little glitter, little stars in it. It's just a cycling light. That's my logo on it. But yeah, lots of little details. And some of these outfits are very high quality, like this one. Some not so much. It just depends on the author, the creators. I also did my highlights on most of my hair, not this one. Actually, I figured out a trick the other day. I'm gonna do that now since I didn't do it. Let's see. Something I have to do. Opaque. This one is transparent. So now that should be that one. Let's see. What I'm gonna do is a little thing I found with this hair because the way they did their UV is really funny. I've never seen it like this before. So I'll put it on like this and I'll add my color that I like. Just something like that. I can actually copy it color from here. Let me do that. Copy and it's 0.5. So let's do that. 0.5. Might have to go 0.4. And because I put this star texture, I wanted the star in my hair like I do with this hair. But with UV, they made it all separate little chunks. So I can't. But it's funny because it does that. If I add the animation, it does that, which is kind of funny. Let's go into decal mode here. This here. Let's try 5. Let me double check and see what mode that's in. Yeah, it's a multiply. Okay. Yeah. So, long story short, I got the highlights in that part of my hair without having to draw them. So that's cool. And I can just adjust them. It's really funny how this one worked out. I could just adjust them. Let's see. Oh. Let's see. 1.5, 0.5. Okay, now it's back to default. And it's just a matter of like, how do I want them now? Because I don't know. I find this really funny. Just how the UV was made. The UV is another thing you'll have to do if you get into 3D modeling from nothing. You'll also have to map out your UV, which is where you want the texture to sit on the model. Thank you. It's very difficult. That's why teams usually handle it. Or one person who's into pain. So yeah, that's how I ended up doing the highlights for this hair. Just by a little happy accident. At least the bangs. The rest is already done. But... not sure how I want this to look. Oh right, that's a mask. So work like that. Yeah, like that. Okay, it's not exactly how my original project is, but I totally forgot about that part, the swapping the materials for the hair. But she's pretty much done. I'm just doing micro adjustments. But as you see, this took about 3 hours, just for everything pre-made, set up for Wardo. Already done from my previous project for VR chat. Right. Let me test again, because I kind of lost track of what I was doing. Hey, I didn't check here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a skirt collider. Okay. So the leg colliders are not enough. My hair does not like. I'm thinking of a little cheat I can do. Get that to work right. Let's see what's up. Okay. Orions, apply all. We'll get this collision right. That's much better, but we're not quite there yet. It's still like snagging or something. This is the first time I've worked with this hair with these physics. Let's see. .08 and how big is that? Okay. 0.08. They all like off center or something? The hell? Weird. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Alright, supply. Those are my colliders for my girls. Okay. Maybe I'll bring them back and then up, maybe? Back and up. We'll try that. That's much better. Not perfect yet, but... Ah. Bring them back a little more. Pretty close to success. Okay, let's do the see, call skirt. Collider and let's see. There she is. Ah, okay, it's tiny. 0.2? Too big. 1.5. Okay. See. So I have to see how this behaves. So the main thing is trying to keep it from going through the legs or into the leg a little bit. The leg colliders are stopping it, just not well enough. So skirt, skirt, skirt. Go. Kind of working. So I don't know if I might need 2 big ones. 2 big ones. I'm sorry, Kai. Let's do... So funny. I'm a comedic genius. We're just gonna make another one and 0.01. That's not far enough. Let's try 2. So it's gonna have to be negative. 5. 5. Not as funny as Kai though. Kai's funny. Let's see. Radius. Let's try 4. Just a smidge smaller. And up a little bit. Save. Okay. Ah. I think you're funny. Bam. That is really good. Okay. Oop, messed up there. Let's try one more time. I think this should... let's see. Move that to the left just a little bit. Okay. Right. Apply. Save. And... pretty happy with that. Any more and it'll be floating, I think. So, Lions. Save. Now we are ready. Okay. Let's see. We have wherever this lives. Asphodel VRM. What we have to do is make a new folder. No. Create folder. Just without the VRM now. Asphodel. That's going to be where the Wardo setup file goes. The character file. Okay. One's good to go. Wardo. Got one panel here. Let's see. Find the folder. Copy, just so I get it right. Paste. Okay. I'll have to grab the file location from here. Plop it in here. Okay. Sure, I'm clicked on that. Save. Wardo. Setup character. Labs Asphodel. Setup. Sure it's going to the right spot. Should be. There it is right there. And build mod. Then you should get a window that pops up with your new file in the location. Your project will copy, go to my Wardo file folder. And we will get my taskbar vidis. Thank you. Now what you can do, since I'm already in this scene, what you can do is go here. I already have a bunch of scenes. You can save them for all your different outfits. A lot of these are old. I have to update them. I just go here, change the file, just so we can see if it works. VNeon's pretty similar to this, but it uses VSF. Let's see. The hell was it again? Asphodel? Yeah, there it is. Bam, here we go. Wow. Here we go. Here I am. All done. You know, like say you want to toggle your glasses off. You wanted to put them on your head. I already have that set up. Oh, I forgot to make them visible in the scene. That's some boo-boo. But yeah, you want to make toggles, you have to make everything visible in your scene. And I forgore. So yeah. Now what I do, since this is a different outfit, I will save the scene as, I will call the name of the outfit, Asphodel. That way I don't overwrite the sleepy outfit I was just using. Then you can you can go into Bardo and adjust lighting, or for your specific outfit, because some outfits are shiny, some outfits are clothing. This one I already have like bloom and stuff on, as you can see. So, what's this one? Yeah, off. There you go. Now you can toggle like every mesh. So be careful. You can actually strip, or go bald, unless bald is your goal. But I don't recommend stripping on stream. What I'm going to do is, when you do a scene switch, things get real funky. Let's see. Let's see. Little bouncy for like a second. Oh, rip. Just like that. Yeah. What we'll have to do is go back into this. Because I want my glasses to be on the top of my head. I put them there, I just didn't put them on. There we go. Turn them on. It's gonna look like this. It's okay. You can always fix that in Wardo or whatever. Let's go here. Overrides. Good. Save. Asphodel is still there. Okay. Set up character. Double check, make sure it's Asphodel, has animator, etc. Yes, you want to overwrite it. Okay, it turned blue, so you know it overwrote. And build. And that's the same kind of thing that's happening when you hit publish on VRChat. It's putting it all together, except there's less to do because it's all in one armature. But there's just a few things it has to slap together before that happens. Okay. Now I'm going to spawn in. I have my 2 glasses. And just go bam. So I want to mess with the directional lighting here. I had it like 60. Ha. Whoa! It seems to be a favorite, so I got this one set up today. Someone requested it on my outfit change toggle yesterday, so I figured this was a great one to do for this. I was hoping to get 2 done today, but looks like physics are good. See, we're gonna have a, what do they call it? Black mirror? I don't know. And you can, set up your idle animation, turn that off. There's the whole outfit right there. Wow. Baseline is my thematic outfit. Make sure this is centered. Yeah, there it goes. I might have to change a couple settings. But looks like it's that offset a little bit. Might be the pose I'm using. Uh, let's check the pose I'm using. Hands front. That would be why. But yeah. We can also reduce the amount of the animation. You can mix and match animations. They have a lot of poses and animations built in. So, almost too many. Yeah. I also have like props and stuff like that. One of them has like my coffee, whatever. And Booth also has Warudo stuff. So I was ready to go Warudo assets. I want to get the cheeseburger. That'd be really fun. But yeah, you can just add any animations as you need. Do all kinds of tweaking. Since it's a skirt, I want my arms like this. But usually I just have it like that. You can see the clipping, so. I can has cheeseburger. You can also change this to like something else, like typing, and then just bring them down a little bit. Or something like sitting. Let's see. So when you go into this, it looks a little more like you know, like you're sitting in a chair that way. You can do all kinds of stuff. Borgar. I will have to tweak the hair colliders more, but I am low on time. What I'll probably do is bring them down more, because as you see, once you're in and tracking, they're behaving a little different than the test. So yeah, the hair is gonna need work. But we're pretty much done, and that's all the hard stuff. Now it's just tweaking. So, because we do want it to, you know, fall properly to the sides there and not be pushed out like that. So I might just move the colliders down. Save the scene as is. I could play with that another time. But that's it. 3 hours with yapping. Yeah, I thought about getting the cheeseburger. It looks really good. I think it's something that has like plates, a plate and fries and stuff, but I'm not sure. But yeah, we want the hair to fall like this. But it looks like the colliders up higher are pushing the hair out more. So just do that. It's most likely the chest. I also didn't check I didn't even check the necklace. Okay. I think it's moving. Whoops. But yeah. There we go. There we go. See? Worth it. Where's the chest collider sitting? Is it? It is kind of colliding. I'm trying to figure out what pushes it so much. Gotta be the chest collider. Let's try scooting that back. So I have room. back. Let's try pushing that. These go down a little. That's not what I wanted. Collider, please. Down. We'll try down. Just a little bit. Okay. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. 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 Okay. Now you want to get out of your outfit before you switch. So, I like to. Crazy. I love when it does that. Let's see. It's ready. Save and set up. You have to set up the character every time. It's using this little character file, not the one you had on scene, to actually do the build. So basically, like, stamps makes a copy and then builds off that. Here we go. Whoa! The hair's still being funky. Maybe more gravity or something. I don't know. Back seems fine. It's the bitch having boobs. Let's see. Yeah, probably more gravity, I think. Let's just go to the script. Or bottom. This gravity. 0.3 maybe? Excuse me. Dying. I hope not. Save. Still on the same one. Photos of character. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Bardo. Build. I'm gonna switch outfits for that's done. Whee! Ow. The real test is always when you're actually tracking. Same with like VR chat. It looks great in Unity, but you can get VR chat and it'll not behave the same. So you can get it pretty close with Unity though, so that's good to check. I'm gonna have to change the colliders, clearly. Maybe the size. The size of the booba. Collider. Okay. Go back. Yow. Maybe I didn't have to make them so big. A lighter. Lighter. Use some run out of time. Let's try 0.06. Okay. That's what it was, but oh, 0.07. 0.07. Okay. Where's the edge of this? Alright. Right there. Try that. Like that. Save. on that character. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. As you see, some hairs and some outfits will behave differently. It's all on how they weight painted their stuff. So you'll have some playing around to do to get it how you want. Getting closer. It's not as nappy there. Maybe bring. It's real tricky. This one's real tricky. We're so close to being good. Let's try something else. I don't want to move them any more than I have, so let's try reducing the collider size just a little bit. Okay. One more time. So I have to go eat. One more time. With feeling. Uh-huh. Yup. Yup. Paste. Yeah. Okay. Last time for today. Okay, that's a little better. Still popping over the colliders and stuff. I don't like that. But I'm getting close to how I want it. That top is very cute, I know. There's actually a top underneath. It's like a leotard. Really cute. And like a harness. You can't really see, but kind of see it on the side. Got like a harness, leotard, and then the sweater top. Really cool. But I'll save there. Very cute outfit. It's finally up, and I'll make adjustments as I eat. I do need to get my food going so I can get to work on time. Yeah, it is basically a dating outfit. Got the little choker, and damn it, I still didn't check to see if the frickin' necklace is moving at all. It is. Okay. Let's see. Kind of annoying how the hair moves. I used it on another outfit, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. Thought I did. Maybe not. This is literally the first time I've had it in this project. see. For the necklace, the radius is gonna go down. Just a little bit. One more of that. That's I didn't even check if the laces were moving. Okay, let's do that real quick. Yeah. Better. I could loosen them up even more. Necklace. Okay. And this hair is pissing me off. Dying. It's fine if I'm looking forward, but if I turn, I think it's the shoulder colliders.
Sippy!
Let's try that. As you can see, they're colliding with my arms too, so that's good. Things are working, just not exactly how I want. Yeah, you're right. I should go eat. Sorry, I got distracted. Want to keep going. But yeah, that'll be it. Why did I close that? Why did I close that? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. Hopefully that was interesting for you. Scoot this up. Get that to move. I'll probably make soup or something like that. 'Cause yeah. Yeah. That's so frustrating. The hair. It's gonna take a lot of playing with. Yeah. And you guys got to see kind of what I have to do to make Warudo happen. The regular streaming, I guess. So. Yuppie. What am I doing? What am I clicking on? Yeah, there's also the VOD on YouTube. There's a chance the Twitch one won't be posted. Yeah, all done. I gotta eat and go to work. So, hopefully this work should be pretty chill. I think it seems like it will be from what they said. So, I think I'm gonna drop you guys on the Twitch side. I'll drop you guys off. Oh, sheesh. Somebody, surely. Just gonna find. Oh, nice. I'll drop you guys off with Fia. I will go eat. This Bardo's gonna have to wait. Alright, you guys have fun. I'll go to work. And have fun, surely. Yeah. I'll see you soon. Tomorrow, Beyond Good and Evil. Yeah. Otsumatsu. I will not have a spacey day.